Who is the best wonder kid in the Premier League? In today's video, we're going to be going through some of the best young talent in the Prem and ranking them in the form of a tier list, baby. Ballon d'Or winner, future star, good career, watch out, and who? A little bit harsh, I know, but make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it. We have got some rules. They have to be 21 and under. It doesn't really matter if they're not homegrown. We have got some players here that have been bought from other countries and they can have played first team football before. So we've got some players here who have already had a taste of Premier League football. And that's where we're going to kick off with Arsenal, because we've got Ethan Nwaneri. And as much as it pains me to say it as a Spurs fan, this kid looks mustard. He looks the business. Such a promising talent. First player to play in the Premier League at 15, and he doesn't look out of place at all. Great composure, so aggressive when driving the ball. He doesn't look like a boy at this level. And we've got some players here who already have kind of filled out that little bit more. They don't look that young. So impressive. Brilliant technical level. You just feel like he's going to be a star. Arsenal fans are raving about him, have been raving about him all through pre-season. And I think he's going to be the player that goes into that first future star spot. We're only going to have one Ballon d'Or winner, okay? And look, I don't think these players are necessarily going to win a Ballon d'Or, but there has to be one player out of all of these who rises above the rest. Could that be Nwaneri? Let me know in the comments. I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans think that he will be that guy. So impressive. Obviously, he was handed his first team debut at 15 by Arteta. Again, I think he played last year a couple more times in the Premier League. I remember him coming on against West Ham. He looks class. He does look class. Next up, for Aston Villa, again, there were a couple more players that I wanted to get in here. Look, like I said, I don't know all of the best academy products at each team in the Premier League. And if I did that video in that style, I would be lying and I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. I'm going off players that I have seen and heard a little bit about. Some players I haven't really heard too much about, but for the most part, I have. Aston Villa, Samuel Elling Jr. is a player that I do know a bit about. Spurs were linked with Samuel Elling Jr. when he was at Juventus. And I think he's going to have a good career. I do think he's going to have a good career. I think it'll be interesting to see how he does at Villa. I think he's suited to that Emery style of football in transition. I think he's strong, very physical, likes to get into the box and score as well from those wide positions. I think Samuel Elling Jr. is going to have a good career. I don't think he's necessarily going to be a star, but I think he's going to be a good, solid player at Premier League level, if not in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. I do believe that. Next up, we've got Dean Huijsen. What a signing this is for Bournemouth, by the way. What a signing. For me, he's going straight there, because I think in a few years' time, you'll have Man City, you'll have Liverpool, you'll have Barcelona, you'll have Real Madrid all looking at this guy. He is mustard. He is mustard. And Bournemouth are living in a world where they probably cannot believe they've signed a player at this level. So physically dominant at such a young age. Brilliant composure on the ball as well. Was at Roma, was on Juve's books, obviously, as well. There's so many to pick from at Bournemouth, to be fair, as well. We could have gone for Alex Scott. We could have gone for Milos Kerkez as well, who was really impressive. But I want to go with a new signing, Huijsen. Again, this isn't a video about the best young academy products in the Premier League, because I don't know the best players from every academy. But Dean Huijsen, I do know, and I think he is going to be class. Let's move on to Brentford then. This is a player that I don't really know anything about. So Brentford fans, in the comments below, let me know. Kim Ji-soo. This is a player that you signed this summer. He was on Bayern Munich's radar. That I do know. So, again, I think he's going to sign. I think he's signed and gone straight into Brentford's B team, maybe. Centre-back from South Korea. I'm going to go watch out, because with Brentford, they sign these players. And again, we don't really know much about him, but I think keep an eye on him over the next couple of years. I don't think he's going to be in a who. Who is harsh, right? But it's kind of reserved for the players that you just think, are they going to necessarily make it at that top level? Are they going to be, your journeymans in the EFL, etc.? I don't think they're quite going to cut it at Prem level. It's going to be very harsh, some of the players that go in there. But I don't think Kim Ji-soo is going to be one of them, even though we haven't really seen him play. And I'm sure Brentford fans haven't seen too much of him either. But the fact that he was on Bayern's radar, I think, shows that this kid has got something. This kid has got something. Next up, Brighton and Hove Albion. Yakuba Minter, Newcastle. This could have been you, all right? This could have been you, but it's not. It's Brighton's. Again, Brighton hoovering up some of this incredible young talent. You could have had Jack Hintswood in here, obviously an academy product. You could have had Enciso. He qualifies under these rules as well. But I wanted to shine a light on Yakuba Minter, on their new signing. He could have been Newcastle's. 2 goals in pre-season for Minter, showing what they're missing, while they're stuck with Miguel Almiron on that right-hand side. Mad, isn't it? Outrageous composure, tenacious presser as well. I was really impressed with what I've seen from him in pre-season so far. That goal that he scored in his debut in Japan was incredible. Explosive pace, strong, the way he carries the ball, the way he sat the defenders down and just slotted it in the corner. I think Brighton fans get excited about this guy. Don't know how long he'll be at Brighton, but I think I'm putting him there. I think I'm putting him in future star. I think this kid is going to be class. I'm not saying that these future stars are going to live up to like world-class potential, but I think they're going to be top players in the Premier League for sure. Esteval Willian from Chelsea, again, not an academy product. How many young kids have Chelsea signed, right? You could have had so many in here, but Esteval Willian, signed from Palmeiras. The kid has got star potential, already doing the Cole Palmer celebration. He knows what club he's joining. Will he be allowed to show it at Chelsea with the other young talent that they've got? I think he probably will. I think he will shine. I do think he will shine. He hasn't quite joined them yet. I think he's joining them next season. Chelsea fans, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. You must be excited about this kid. He looks nuts. He does look nuts. Tricky winger. I've seen quite a bit of him and I've been very, very impressed. And I think he's going to go in future star. I do think he's got star quality. I think we've seen it with Esteval Willian from what he's done in Brazil. This is a kid to be very, very excited about. Next up, we've got Matthias França from Crystal Palace. Again, a player that a lot of people know already a lot about. Palace fans, you'll be very eagerly awaiting to see him come back and play for you. Obviously, he missed quite a bit of last season with injury. I believe, again, with the rules that I've put in place in this video, right, we could have had Adam Wharton. We could have also mentioned Rak-Saki at Crystal Palace as well. I was going to put Wharton in, but I kind of feel like if I put him in, I could have put Kobbie Mainoo in for Manchester United, and I've not done that. Wharton, I think, is too established now. And again, he was playing for England, or didn't actually play for England in the Euros. But my kind of logic is that if I put him in, I could have put Wharton in. If I could have put Mainoo in for Man United. And Mainoo started a Euro 2024 final. So I haven't gone with Adam Wharton. I have gone with França, a player that Crystal Palace fans want to see a lot more of next season. And I think, obviously, with Elise going, with Eze potentially going as well, I think there's going to be a lot more opportunities for him to come up and thrive. Obviously, Glasner did chuck him in pretty early when he joined. I'm not sure if he was injured before then. I don't think he quite got the chances that maybe Palace fans thought he deserved. I think he missed towards the end of the season with a groin injury, I believe. But invest your stocks in this kid now. He looks frighteningly good. I think, again, Crystal Palace's academy is one to keep an eye on for sure with some of the players they've got coming through. Obviously, this isn't a player that's come up through their system, but is being nurtured under a really promising manager and a really promising project at Palace. França, I'm going to put him in good career. I'm not going to quite put him in that future star level, but I think I'm probably going to put him above Illing Jr. I really like the look of França from what we saw in limited minutes last season. Really tricky winger, frighteningly quick, very, very good. And I think it'll be, especially as well with Elise and Eze potentially both leaving, maybe, I think there'll be a lot more chances for him to really shine and almost really excite that Selhurst Park crowd. I really like what I've seen so far from França. Let's move on. Let's move on to Everton. Tim Irogbunam. Please let me know if I've pronounced that incorrectly. Signed from Aston Villa. Had a really good loan spell at QPR. When he was at Aston Villa, I think I remember when Gerrard was the manager, he heaped a lot of praise on this guy. And then I think there was even talk about him becoming a regular in that first team. Obviously, he had that spell at Palace. I really like the look of him. And I think he's got all of the attributes to thrive in this Sean Dyche system as well. Everton fans, let me know in the comments if he's played too much in pre-season yet. I'm not sure. And let me know if you've liked what you've seen from him so far. But from what I've seen of him, watching the compilations, watching what he did at QPR, box-to-box midfielder, dynamic, great ball carrier, strong as well. I think he's going to do really well for Sean Dyche at Everton. Has already got Prem experience as well. Played a fair bit for Villa under Gerrard as well towards the end of that season, I believe, in 21-22. I like the look of him. He's going straight in watch out for me. He's got to go above Kim Ji-soo because, again, we haven't really heard too much of him. Everton fans, let me know. Again, there's some other players that we could have put in for Everton, but I think Tim Irogbunam is the guy to watch out for next season. Luke Harris for Fulham. Could have put Ryan Sessegnon in there, couldn't I? Just that failed potential. Obviously, come back at Fulham. I feel bad for Ryan Sessegnon, but good luck to him. I hope he goes and smashes it there. Luke Harris, more of an attacking midfielder. I don't really know too much about Luke Harris, if I'm being completely honest with you. Fulham fans, let me know in the comments what I need to keep an eye out for him. Have you got prospects of him potentially playing first team football next season? For now, I think I've got to put him in who? And that's not, you know, when a youngster comes on in a Premier League ground, the fans always say, who, when his name gets read out? It's not quite that, but it's more, will we remember them in 10 years' time? I think there's a lot of potential maybe with someone like Luke Harris, but I just don't quite see it as much with someone like Tim Irogbunam at Everton. I think I've seen more of him. I know more about him. And look, I've got to put one forward for every Premier League club. And Fulham, again, Fulham fans in the comments, tell me more about your academy. Tell me some of the prospects you've got coming through. But yeah, Luke Harris is going in who? For now. Feel bad about it. I'm sorry, Fulham. I am. But someone's got to go in there, all right? And he won't be the only one. Moving on to Ipswich, Amari Hutchinson. Wow, what a signing that is, by the way. It's not just the fact that Ipswich are keeping that squad together, and I think that stands them in really good stead in terms of staying up. But this is not just a signing from the Championship with potential. This is a signing that was obviously at Arsenal, was at Chelsea, Amari Hutchinson. This is the cream of the kind of the cream rises to the top in the Championship. You know, this is a star Championship signing, Amari Hutchinson. He is that top level Championship player that they've managed to bring up to the Premier League, and I think he is ready. And I think, maybe there should be a tier in between future star and Ballon d'Or winner. But I'm going to put him, I think he's got incredible potential. I'm going to put him in future star. I'm not going to put him quite as high as Esteval Willian or Minter or maybe Huijsen, who I really like the look of. But Amari Hutchinson, wow, what a talent. Fatawi for Leicester, I'm going to put him, I kind of want to put him in between good career and watch out. Watch out for him in the Premier League definitely next season, because I think with the way that Steve Cooper wants to set up this Leicester side in a more transitional based way, I think on the counter-attack, Leicester will be quite frightening next season. I think with Fatawi, with Mavididi, and I think Fatawi's going to play a big part in that. Just 20 years old. I really like what I've seen from him in the Championship. Can he make that step up? Maybe. I think put him in watch out. I think definitely invest your stocks in someone like Fatawi, but cautiously. You know, don't go put loads of money in. Just watch out. And I think Fatawi will have a good season in the Premier League next season. The next player I want to talk about is a very, very exciting young talent, one of the youngest players on this list. We've got a few 17-year-olds, and we've got a 16-year-old. Okay, we've got a 16-year-old. Trey Nyoni from Liverpool. Only just turned 17 last month. Signed from Leicester last year, I believe. Midfielder, was incredible in their friendly against Real Betis just last week. Maybe their most impressive player in that game as well. I think he played a good 60, 70 minutes in that one. Liverpool fans absolutely raving about him. Liverpool fans, get in the comments and let me know. Again, with Liverpool, we could have had a number of players. We could have had Jadon Danns. Again, a lot of these players featured heavily for Liverpool last season. But I want to go with Nyoni. I feel like he's very much the talk of the town in Liverpool at the moment. Glides with the ball really, really nicely. Gives it nice 1-2 touch as well. Again, composure. So many of the young lads that we're talking about on this list have got composure for days. And I think he emphasises that maybe more than some of the other players that I have seen. We're talking about obscene levels of composure when it comes to these lads. Again, seen a lot of Leicester fans saying that they've let go with a real gem. 5 goals and 2 assists for Nyoni last season in the Under-18 Premier League. There he is lifting the Carabao Cup. I think I'm going to put him in good career. I'm not going to quite put him in future star, but I think I'm going to put him somewhere around here, in between maybe França and Samuel Ling Jr. Maybe ahead of França slightly. I think Liverpool fans are raving about this kid at the moment. Will he get chances under Slot next season? Slot seems to really fancy him. I think he'll get minutes. I like the look of Nyoni, definitely. Oscar Bob. Now, Man City have got some other players that we could have put in here, but I want to talk about Oscar Bob, right? Because I feel like there was a lot of hype when he came through last season. Obviously, played a decent few Premier League minutes. This kid is incredible. I genuinely believe that. He scored a goal in pre-season for Man City, I think against AC Milan the other day. Weaves in and out of defenders. He is going to play so many minutes for Man City next season. And look, he's not a name that people haven't heard of. I just want to put him in here. I kind of wanted to do this video because of Oscar Bob. From what I've seen in pre-season so far, he has been incredible. And from what I saw in the Premier League last season, he was incredible as well. I remember the goal against Newcastle away at St James's Park. This kid is going to be mustard. And for me, he's going straight to the top of this. I think his potential is unmatched. Obviously, Oscar Bob, a little bit older than some of the players on this list, certainly older than Wanyeri. He's 21, just makes it into this criteria. But I wanted to make this video, and I wanted to make it because of him, because I think next season he is going to absolutely thrive for Man City. I genuinely believe that. Look, a little bit older than some of these other lads, but this kid, I think he's going to play anywhere across that front line as well. I think it's going to be so versatile for City. Oh my word, he is just incredible, Oscar Bob. Next up, for Manchester United, we've got Shea Lacey. More of a winger, attacking midfielder, just 17 years old. Again, another one of the 17-year-olds on this list. Exceptional dribbler, really precise with his passing. A lot of people have compared him to Phil Foden. I think he's got incredible potential. He is left-footed, and that's why he kind of draws a lot of those comparisons. United fans, I think, are really, really excited about him. I'm going to put him in future star as well. I think there's a lot of players in this list. I'm going to sort of put him somewhere around there. Maybe just behind Esteval, actually. United fans, let me know in the comments. Look, there's a lot of future stars here. Maybe we might have to bump someone down. Has someone got to be bumped down? I'm going to leave the template for this in the comments as well if you guys want to have a go at this. Shea Lacey, super creative as well. A clinical finisher. I like what I've seen so far. Again, 17 years old, very, very young, a lot of potential right now, and that's why I've kind of put him more towards the bottom of that future star list. But from what I've seen and heard from Man United fans, they are excited about this kid. So Man United fans, let me know in the comments. Again, another player. Again, fans of clubs that have already gone into this, and when we get to the end of the video, I want you in the comments to let me know if there's any players from your club that I've missed out who are more worthy of a shout here. Okay, Newcastle. We're getting towards some really juicy teams, or we've kind of got through some juicy teams. Lewis Hall, again, was bought to Newcastle from Chelsea. Again, we could have put Lewis Miley in here. Lewis Miley obviously was a star that burnt really bright last season when he first came through. There were comparisons to Mainu. There were comparisons to the likes of Conor Bradley as well in terms of that star development. Obviously, want to mention Tino Livramento as well, a little bit older than some of these players. But again, I think he's going to be a star. But I'm going to go with Lewis Hall, just 19 years old. I think he'll be the next Luke Shaw. Hopefully not with his injuries, but I think he'll be England's left back for years to come. And I'm going to put him right at the top of good career, right at the top of there. Not quite future star level, maybe. And maybe some of these players need to be bumped down a little bit. Maybe I've gone too gung-ho on the future star. But Lewis Hall is an exceptional talent, and I think he will be England's left back for years to come. Now, again, move on to the next club. This is another player you could have had, Newcastle fans. Elliot Anderson. Watch out for him next season. I'm not going to quite go great career or good career just yet. I think he'll do quite well at Forest. Maybe let's put him in good career, maybe towards the bottom. Obviously, Newcastle fans quite gutted to see him go. Obviously, it was one of those kind of PSR deals. Midfielder, I think Elliot Anderson will do well at Forest. Strong, physical. I like the look of him. I do like the look of him. I haven't seen a hell of a lot of Elliot Anderson yet, and I want to see more, but he's going to go in there for now. Next club, we've got Southampton. Ronnie Edwards, signed from Peterborough, lots of hype. Southampton fans impressed with him already in pre-season, so just sneaks in. I think he'll be decent. Watch out for him next season. And now, Mikey Moore. Tottenham fans, talk to me. Talk to me about Mikey Moore. 17 goals, 12 assists for Tottenham in the under-18s last season in just 22 games. First team debut at just 16.
His mum still buys his trousers. 16!
This kid is a star. I've got a video on my channel, obviously I'm a Tottenham fan, about Mikey Moore. He's going to be playing next season, let me tell you. He's going to be playing a lot of football for Spurs. I think he's got the highest potential out of anyone on this list, from what I've seen, genuinely. Look, I'm not saying Mikey Moore's going to win the Ballon d'Or, but Mikey Moore Ballon d'Or has a good ring to it, right? Right? Okay, he's going to go in there. I think he's got the highest potential, highest ceiling out of any player on this list. He is mustard. 16 years old. He's going to be 17 in August. First pro contract has been signed with Tottenham. A lot of clubs sniffing around him. Man United sniffing around him. Man City sniffing around him. Borussia Dortmund sniffing around him as well. He is absolutely mustard. Plays a lot on the left. Can play as at number 10 as well. He's been playing on the right in pre-season. Scored for Spurs. Got goal or assist in every single game so far in pre-season. Scored against Vissel Kobe at the weekend. This kid is going to get a lot of minutes in Europe next season. He's going to get minutes in the Premier League and in the Cups as well. First team debut just 16. He's been training with Spurs since April. He's been in every single Premier League matchday squad for Spurs at the back end of last season from the North London derby onwards. So that includes games against Man City where he came on and made his debut, Chelsea as well, Liverpool away at Anfield. They really see something with this kid, and I really see it as well. Mikey Moore, Ballon d'Or. All right? Okay. Arsenal fans aren't going to be happy about that. But, look, Nwaneri could be there, He could be there. Bob, I think, definitely could be there, for sure. But Mikey Moore, there's something about him. It feels like we've kind of got the next Foden or maybe next Rooney on our hands with Mikey Moore. I'm really, really excited about him. Look, I'm probably going to get a rinse from some rival fans for that in the comments, but I don't care. He's mine. He's our boy at Tottenham, and he's going to be absolutely mustard. West Ham, Freddie Potts. Now, I wanted to mention Lewis Orford. West Ham fans were gutted about him potentially leaving to Aston Villa in that deal that involved John Duran. Doesn't look like that's happening now. I want to give a shout out to Lewis Orford, but it very much sounds like Freddie Potts has been the standout player for West Ham in pre-season. That's the noise coming from their fan base. He's talked about the fact he's got ambitions to play in the Premier League this year. West Ham fans, let me know. Has he made his debut yet towards the end of last season? I'm not sure. Just 20 years old. Have they got their heir to Declan Rice? Freddie Potts, is he the next Declan Rice for West Ham? An all-action, diminutive central midfielder. He went on loan to Wickham. Was very good for them, played 31 games. He was right at the top of their numbers for tackles, interceptions, etc. West Ham love a kid coming through the academy, and he feels like the next Declan Rice. And I feel like at worst, he's going to be the next Mark Noble. And people might laugh at that, but Mark Noble had a very good career. So I think at worst, he is going to be here. But I genuinely believe that from what I've seen and what I've heard of Freddie Potts, he is going. I think he's going to be a star. I genuinely think he is going to have a good career. But maybe more than that. Put him at the end of here. I think he goes in that future star category. Again, we might have to do some shuffling about this, but at worst, like I said, this kid goes on to be Mark Noble 2.0. He looks mustard though, and I think at worst he's going to have a very, very good career. West Ham fans, let me know who you're more excited about in the comments: Lewis Orford or Freddie Potts. Last player, Nathan Fraser. Not sure about him. Not seen a lot from Nathan Fraser at Wolves. Striker, 11 goals, 2 assists in the Premier League too. Not great numbers compared to some of the other players on this list. I think he might have to go in here as well. Sorry, Wolves fans. Again, Wolves fans, let me know if there's any other under-21 players that you're really excited about compared to Nathan Fraser. I think he's going to be one of those players that we're looking back at in 10 years' time and thinking, oh yeah, who was that? I think he might have these players, look, I'm not saying they're not going to have a good career, because again, I haven't seen too much about him. But I think they'll be good journeymen in the EFL. They'll go and play around at a lot of clubs. But I'm talking about the best of the best talent here. And I don't think they quite stack up to some of these other players. Now, let me know in the comments what you think of this. Do we have to do some shuffling around here? Have we got too many players in Future Star? Maybe. But you know what? I'm kind of fine with it. I'm fine with it. I genuinely believe that this is such an incredible crop of talent that we've got coming through in the Premier League at the moment. I think Freddie Potts is deserving of a place there. I think Amari Hutchinson is deserving of a place there. I think Estelle William is deserving of a place there. Minter, definitely. Hoyson, Nwaneri, 100%. These are the three I think we should be most excited about. Mikey Moore, Oscar Bob, and Ethan Nwaneri. Again, Oscar Bob is older than them, but I just wanted to get Oscar Bob in this video because I feel like not enough people are talking about Oscar Bob. He is unbelievable. Right. I'm going to leave it there. I'm comfortable with my selections. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this tier list. I'm going to leave the template for this in the comments so you can go and do this yourselves. Screenshot it to me. Screenshot it. Send it to me on Twitter. My Twitter's in the description below. Go and follow me on TikTok. Go and subscribe to the channel. Go and like the video. And we're going to do much more content like this over the next coming weeks. Mikey Moore, Ballon d'Or. Remember the name. Peace.